This video contains content that may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Craig Davis was denied custody of his son, which is 6, and custody was given to Brenda Bowen. In an article, it states that attorneys for Bowen described her as a loving, caring grandmother who has a stable home and is financially capable of caring for Malia's 6-year-old brother. She's so financially stable that she could not give her daughter, Brittany, the money to go to her ex-husband's, funeral. Her attorneys made the argument that Craig Davis is not capable of caring for his own child. And for that, Craig Davis yelled obscenities at the attorney, for which he was thrown out of the courtroom. Davis's attorney brought up the issue of abuse and those head injuries. He goes on to say that the abuse to Malia was so horrific, how could they not know? I have to agree with him on that, because Brenda Bowen, she goes on to be this type of person that was always involved in her daughter's affairs. So if that's the case, how could she not know about this damn abuse that was going on? I'm quite sure she knew. This is just one crazy case because, Brittany's whole thing was she didn't have enough money to take the children with her to their grandfather's funeral. Now you have Brenda Bowen say that she is financially stable and all this type of stuff, which I always knew she had some money. But my thing of it is, why wouldn't she give her daughter the money so she can take her, to take her children with her to her father's funeral and not leave her in the care with a damn stranger? The only good thing from this particular article that I found was it says that Brittany and Brenda Bowen are still both persons of interest in the criminal investigation. So we could be back here sooner rather than later. Either way you look at it, there are no winners in this particular case at all. There are no winners. A child's life was lost. A family was separated. Regardless of how young and immature they try to present Craig Davis as, I know the man loved his child. He might have been immature, probably was never there. But you can't say the man did not love his child. And I know that this is tearing this man up. I know guilt is killing Craig Davis. He feels guilty because he left his child there. He did not try to get Malia that day that Brittany wasn't there. So I know he's feeling guilty about that. He's feeling guilty about when Darren Vince put him out and he didn't whoop his ass. I know he's feeling guilty about that. And now, after it's all said and done, he lost one daughter. Now he's basically lost a son too. I don't know the circumstances of this custody hearing. Would he be allowed to see his son at all? Even though this is a high-profile case, they are keeping this case hush, hush. And why is that? I look at this picture here of Brenda and the Houston police chief. It doesn't look good at all. And the things just seem to be going her way. And look at this picture, I can see why things are going her way. I don't have anything against Brenda Bowen, but the shit just don't look right. It doesn't look right at all. And then the thing of it with giving Brenda Bowen custody, that means Brittany's fat, lazy ass can still see the child. You say, well, I'm not going to lie to the child, but that's a damn lie. What parent is going... She's not going to deny Brittany the right to see this child, even if it's on the damn phone, text or something. Brittany will still have access to seeing the child, unlike Craig Davis. And the other thing, I thought Brittany had 3 children. What about Darren Vince's son, who has custody of that child? How can you trust Brenda Bowen? I mean, what was this loving grandmother when her daughter had to attend a damn funeral? She couldn't watch the children, this loving grandmother? You know, she had to catch the flight. Why she had to go to every other place instead of this financially stable mother to get the money? No, but on the flip side, from a person that's on the outside looking in, it appears that Brenda Bowen is more capable of caring for the child than Craig Davis. Because I say Craig Davis appears to be immature. But that does not leave Brenda Bowen blameless. Okay, she's going to care for the child who cared for Brittany Bowens. Who raised Brittany Bowens to be this big fat slob of a woman that she is today? You know, who taught Brittany Bowens that it was okay to leave her daughter with a guy that she just met? So Brenda Bowens just may be financially capable of caring for the child. But what about mentally? Is she mentally capable? Is she strong enough? I don't think so, because she did not do a good job with Brittany. Like I always say, man, fruit don't fall too far from the trees. And Brittany Bowens learned this behavior from somewhere. She got it from her mama. Want to run the streets, let somebody else raise your child while you run around here footloose and fancy free. You know, I just can imagine the psychological damage that this has brought upon the family. And I'm quite sure that it has damaged Malia's brother's mind. And no telling how he's going to turn out when he becomes an adult because of this situation. And people being denied visitation. He can't see his dad, can't see his mom, all these different rules. The boy's going to be confused when he grows up. When it comes to finances, this white court system, they will make a black man be a dad by taking your damn money. But they won't force him to be a dad by caring for his own child. I just don't understand that system. I'm quite sure that Brenda Barnes was assisted in some type of way, maybe by the Houston police chief. And when it comes to Craig Davis, I'm quite sure that that's one thing about us black men. We get kind of emotional at the wrong times. And I'm quite sure they played on this young man's emotions by running these different accusations of him not being capable of being a dad. He don't know how to be a dad. They knew that this man was going to get mad. He was going to react to that. And that's what they use against us black men, is our reactions. I mean, Brenda Barnes may think she has won, but I guarantee you that this is going to work against her. And one of these days, these children are going to grow up and be angry and pissed off at her. Kids have minds. They ask questions. I'm quite sure her brother's going to ask this question. Granny, why didn't you keep us when Mom had to go out of town to go to the funeral? And what excuse will you give? Granny, why didn't you loan Mama the money so she can take us with her to the funeral? What excuse will you give? Granny, when Mama and Stepdad was abusing Malia, why didn't you come and get us? What excuse will she give? You know, those are also questions that she should ask herself. And since you cannot lie to yourself, what answers will you give?